Not with COVID though. Okay, so here we go. The reason that people don't love these is because one, there's a lot of rules, and two, there's no exact, like this is, it's not like the Mandalorian, right? It's not like this is the way. There are a lot of different ways. I am more like Boba Fett, right? I could do different things. And if anyone's been watching that, you have to admit, only when the Mandalorian on is it good. Like the rest of it, no one cares about, right? So there you go. Sorry, watch it. And all I want to say is this. No. Okay, sorry. Just Jacob and I were having a moment. Here we go. I like the man. I like the child. He's my favorite. I'm also watching Pam and Tommy. So there you go. Yeah, it's about their okay. It's about their sex tape. Yeah, that's right. It's about their stuff being stolen, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, it really was stolen. Like when people are like, "Well, you weren't careful." It's like they had it in a safe, for God's sake. Okay, here we go. Santiago, unless he's going to give me $1 after class, is putting my pens down. That's you. Put my pens down. There we go. Okay, so first thing is, for me, this is how I do it. I get rid of anything way on the outside, right? I don't like that far away exponent. There are two ways to get rid of an exponent of power to a power. One, you could write it out 3 times, or if you're lazy, like I am, you can do that little bit of distribution. So here's what I've got. I have x to the negative 12, y to the 9, and on top I have x to the negative 3, y squared. Did I lose anyone with that first step? Now, this is why I like doing these on my whiteboard, because the next thing that I'm going to do is I am literally, because I have no friends, I am going to talk to each one of these little letters. And I'm going to ask them like a little mental health check-in. Like, are you okay with where you are in your life? And we're going to see how they respond to me. Well, again, I have no friends, so this is why I do this. So I start right here and I say, little x, are you good? And he's like, no, I'm to the negative 3, which means I'm not good with my location. So I am going to make him happy by putting him down here. And then I'm not going to worry about him again. Then I go to the y and I do the same thing. And the little y says, I'm good, I'm cool, I'm totally fine up here. And I'm happy for him. Yay for you. I go down and I go to the x to the negative 12 and I said, are you happy with where you are? And he says, no, I'm in the wrong place. That's all the negative does. So once I put him at the right place, he's totally good. And then I'm going to say y to the 9. I am not lying. If you looked at my homework, like if you looked at the sheet where I wrote the answers out, this is the way. So now the last thing I need to do, I'm going to do that the rest of the period. The last thing I need to do is say, can I cancel anything, right? Is there anything on the top and the bottom that can cancel? So let's take a quick look at the x's. I have 12 of them on the top and I have 3 of them on the bottom. So the question isn't just how many will be left over, but where will they live? So 12 take away 3 is 9, but am I going to put the x's on the top or on the bottom? On the top, because that's where more of them are. So I'm going to say x to the 9 and y 7. Can I see a wiggle of fingers if you kind of got going on that once your brain kind of got it, right? Once your brain kind of got it. Okay, let's take a look at number 3. Oh, I like number 3. Number 3, number 3 is tricky. Now, here's what you're not going to like. I am going to do number 3 in a different way. But it's totally up to you if you want to use my way or not. Now, the first way I could do it, and it would be totally okay, is to take that negative 3 and send him to everybody, right? Couple things you want to be careful of. The first thing that you want to be careful of is this. This guy has a 1 right here, and that guy has a 1. So you want to be careful. Now, I don't like negatives. You know me, I'm lazy and I don't like negatives. So one way to get rid of this negative is to flip the entire fraction before I start. You don't have to do that. Shane's putting away his whatever that giant phone thing is. But if you want to, it makes it really nice so you don't have any negatives. So I am going to do it both ways for you. You can either make it like this, x to the negative 12, 2 to the negative 3, y to the negative 3, x to the negative 9. That's totally cool, but then everyone's got to move. Everyone's unhappy. And that's okay. That's totally doable. Or you can do my little trick that says this. I am going to flip it first, 2y, x3, x4, and now I just do that guy. I have made the outside guy happy by moving everyone. So watch what I get. I get 2 to the third, y to the third, x to the 9 over x to the 12. I get exactly what I got over there. I just have already done the flipping, right? So you can flip in the beginning or you can flip at the end. And now we're going to clean it up. Yeah.
How come it doesn't do anything to like the 2, like with the 3 on the with the 3 exponent 3 on the outside of the parentheses? Why isn't it like?
I'm going to do that next. I'm going to make it into another number. Is that cool?
Oh.
So now I'm going to do my thing where I start cleaning stuff up, right? So what Aiden's asking is like, hey, but can I write it in a better way? And yeah, I can. So I'm going to look at this guy and I'm going to say, hey, I can call him 2 to the third. That's totally cool. And it would be okay if you did that. Or you can call him by another name. Here's the name you cannot call him by. You cannot call him 6. What else could you call this guy if you didn't want to call him 2 to the third? 8. 2 times 2 times 2. Man, I'd say half of my kids today have made that a 6 because it's tempting, right? So 8 is good. Hey, look at that. I have some y's. So y to the third is up here. And then look at that. I have 9 x's on top, 12 on bottom, x to the third. There you go. Would it have worked if you did it the other way? Yeah, you just got to flip everything by hand. You have to ask each guy, are you happy here? Are you happy here? Are you happy here? It's totally fine, but it's just one more step. Okay. We okay on that? Yeah? Joe, you still with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's number 3. Yeah. Well, let's do number 4, and then I'm going to do 6, and I'm going to have you practice one. I don't feel like doing 5. I'm a little bored. Okay, here we go. Ooh, I like this one. 2x to the negative 3 to the third. Oops, negative 2. Y to the negative 1. Okay, here we go. You always got to take care of that way outside guy first. 2 ways to do it. Write it 3 times. That's totally fine. Or distribute it. But please remember, this guy gets it as well. So tempted to forget to give it to the 2. So here's what I get. I get 2 to the third, x to the negative 9, x to the negative 2, y to the negative 1. And then I do the thing where I talk to them, which is weird, but it's okay. So what I'm going to say is, 2, are you okay? He's like, I'm fine, but you could call me by the other name. And I'm like, okay, I'll call you 8. And I say, X, are you good? He's like, nope, put me at the bottom. This little X, put me at the top. And little y, put me at the top. So finally, at the very end, I have 8, y on the top, x to the 7 on the bottom. Yeah, they got better as you went, right? The first ones were like, what? And then as they went, they got a little bit better. Okay, last one I'm going to do, and then I'm going to put one for you to try, and then you're going to practice with your homework. I love this one. I love this problem. X to the third, y to the negative 2 to the 0 over y to the negative 1. Okay, I had kids who started moving stuff and doing all that. Remember the trick. Anything to the 0 is 1. but only the stuff to the 0. So look at this. This little guy right here takes care of all this gunk, but not the bottom guy. So all of this becomes 1 over y to the negative 1. And finally, I say to the y to the negative 1, are you happy? And he's like, no. He's like, okay, dude, come upstairs. Y to the 1. And now he's happy. Look, I'll make a little happy face. Do you need a 1? No, but you can just have it. Yeah. Okay. Get a whiteboard pen. Everyone's getting a whiteboard pen. We're going to have a fresh problem. Here we go. You guys got this. If you can do this one, you got it. Ooh, wait. Clear ink. Here we go.
Hey, no, this is the that was my fail. Oh, there's the red one.
This is everything. So check this out. We got a power. We got multiplying. We got dividing. We got everything. It's just a whole mess of a problem. If you can do this, you've got everything. So if we had a little quick quiz, there would be 2 problems. One of them might look like this. This is as bad as it would get. If you can do this, you got it. Here's my advice. Take care of this guy first. Then multiply the bigs, add the littles, and then start doing your dividing, right? I whiteboarded for sure. Talk to each other. You got this. You got this. This is as bad as it gets. This is everything you need. Do you need a pen? There you go. Yeah.
What's the second one too? It doesn't have a little.
This one? I just let you know you're multiplying it by this. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Oh, that was good. That was really good. I'm not sure if it's that many. I see what I could do. I just made up in my head. Sorry, kids at home. I'm going to do it in a minute.
This one's scary.
It is scary. This one is the real deal.
It's not hard. It just takes a long time.
It does. It does. But we don't want like it. This one.
Okay, wait.
Here's maybe a hint. Do this. Do this guy here. 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 4. And then don't forget to reduce your digits. You would need me. Remember when you multiply the big numbers, add the little numbers, right? Add your little numbers. Huh? What do you mean? It's wrong. So wrong. I'm gonna do it. Okay, here we go. So, first thing is, we're gonna take care of that little exponent right now, right? He's the most important thing. So what I'm gonna have on the top is 4 x to the negative 6, y to the 4,
Yeah, you do.
and I'm gonna erase a bunch of stuff so it doesn't look messy over with 3 x to the negative 4, y to the 5th. Oops, that's weird looking.
I know. Oh, you multiplied.
Okay, hold on. This is step 1. Let me get rid of this stuff. Hold on. Okay. I'm just getting rid of this. Let me just get rid of this and I'll move it. Hold on. Don't be yelling at me, people at home. Okay. So, is everybody cool with what I did? I just got rid of the outside exponent.
Yes.
So now my next thing is I need to clean up the top. So here's what's weird. We're now thinking a new thing, and it's multiply the big numbers, add the little numbers. So on the top, what I'm going to get on, oops, that's not the right pen. On the top, still, really? I'm not loving you, board. I just updated you. Okay. On the top, I get 12, 3 times 4, and I got to count my x's. It's so tempting. I know people want to make that 24, but it's negative 6 and negative 4, so altogether I have x to the negative 10, and my y's, I have y to the 9, and I still have 4 here, x squared, and y to the 4. Are we okay so far? Now, I'm going to do a couple of things. For me, I'm going to do one thing before I start. I only have one negative. I have one person who's not happy. So before I do anything else, I am going to very politely ask him to leave the upstairs. Excuse me, x to the negative 10. Could you please go downstairs? And he's like, cool, I'll go down there. So here's what I have. I have 12 on the top, y to the 9, over 4, x to the 12. I have one last thing I have to do because it looks like, oh yeah, look at my y's. I can cancel some y's, huh? I almost forgot to do that. Y to the 5th. Okay, I'm almost done. And the last thing I have to do, if I can reduce the big numbers, I do, if I can. Is there a number that goes into 12 and 4? 3 does. So 3 goes in there, 12 goes, let me try that again. 4 goes in there 3 times, y to the 5th, and 4 goes in there 1 time, x to the 12. It is tough. Can I see a finger wiggle if you got pretty damn close?
I just didn't simplify like that.
Only one part. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Goodbye, COVID and sick kids. We miss you. Bye, bye, bye.